Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. Really excited about this next segment because the president of Rogers Sports and Media, Colette Watson, she's going to be doing a fantastic talk that's being put on by the Ottawa Board of Trade. And here to tell us more about it, I'm joined by Stephanie Montreuil. She's the Senior Director of Communications and Public Affairs over there at OTB. And what, 60 days on the job now, is that right?
Just about. So very brand new. So I've still got my notes in front of me just to make sure I get it right.
I have my cheat sheet in front of me too. You're allowed to as well, Stephanie.
You get it.
Let's talk about how that role came to be. Why did you want to be a part of OTB?
Yeah, so as you'll recall, I've been on Rogers TV before, and at the time I was a consultant and changed roles along the way, and this opportunity came about. And I think, you know, when you're starting a business, you might not know where to look to find the resources that you need, and so kind of understood that need from that perspective, having been in those shoes before. And I have lots of friends who have businesses in Ottawa as well. So just a great fit.
Yeah, and what's the purpose of the Ottawa Board of Trade?
Yeah, so I think, you know, people kind of forget that initially boards of trades were kind of like the welcome wagon of, you know, the business world, right? Yeah. So that's still largely what we do, and we make sure that businesses are connected. I think the other thing people forget is how long the Ottawa Board of Trade has been around. So over 165 years.
Every time somebody mentions that to me, I'm just blown away.
I know. And we've been instrumental in bringing things like the Ottawa Tulip Festival to Ottawa. So, you know, just a little piece of history that people may not know. We also represent businesses from all sectors and of all sizes.
Right.
There's sometimes a misconception that we might be more small business focused. I will say 98% of businesses in Canada are small to medium-sized businesses. Right. So obviously there's more of those, but all sizes, all sectors.
And what are the benefits to a business being a part of the Ottawa Board of Trade?
Yeah, so there's four main benefits, and I would say one of the big ones, again, is that connection piece, right? So just joining a bunch of folks who have the same interests, who know what you're going through, especially coming out of the pandemic right now, businesses have been through it.
Yeah.
So being able to kind of have those connections is invaluable. Of course, there's opportunities to generate more business. So those connections in and of themselves, but also attending events. There's sponsorship opportunities that are also great. And then there's opportunities to impact Ottawa and kind of, you know, be part of the advocacy voice. And then we offer group discounts as well. So those are always nice.
You did mention the pandemic. So you come into this new role at a very interesting time, right? Where, you know, people we're sort of, you know, we're moving on. It's not completely over, but, you know, we're moving on and getting back to a sense of normalcy. What are you hearing from businesses? Are there still a lot of challenges out there for a lot of businesses?
Yes, I would say that there are. Ottawa's been impacted more than other, you know, major cities in Ottawa just by virtue of the fact that we have such a large public service contingent here.
Yeah.
So it has been difficult for businesses in Ottawa. You know, when businesses thrive, the community really benefits. And that's the message that we're trying to bring to our elected officials and bureaucrats.
Right.
So they still need our support. It's not because we're going back to normal that, you know, all of the hardship of the last 3 years kind of goes away.
Yeah. Let's talk about this talk, right? You've got the CEO talk with Colette Watson coming up, of course, president of Rogers Sports and Media. What can people expect at a talk like this?
Yeah, so I should say that it's co-presented by the Ottawa Board of Trade as well as the Ottawa Business Journal.
Right.
They're our partner. And there will be a networking component, so you can come and rub elbows with, you know, other highfalutin people in Ottawa. And then there's going to be a fireside chat with Colette and Su-Ling Ching, who's the president of the Ottawa Board of Trade.
Yeah, and I mean, I've mentioned to you off camera, you know, how incredible Colette Watson is, you know, president of Rogers, you know, for many, many years, and then, you know, coming on to this role, there she is right there on screen, president of Rogers Sports and Media, and Colette's been so passionate about local television, and I know that she's passionate about sports and media in general. She gave me my shot at going to Montreal and hosting Breakfast Television Montreal, so I have a great amount of respect for her. And just a great mentor, right? If you're looking for a mentor, and I don't care whether you're a man or a woman, there's no better person out there. I mean, she is a powerhouse of a person,
Exactly.
great personality, and an incredible business person, right?
Yeah, so for anyone who's, wanting to learn about what it's like to run a large corporation like that, she was also mentored by Ted Rogers
Yeah,
himself. So
that's right.
I suspect she'll have some great stories to share as well. So it'll be a great event.
Let's talk a little downtown for a moment, Stephanie, since I have you. And I know you represent businesses across the entire region, but everyone's been talking about this revitalization of downtown, for businesses that you work with downtown through the Ottawa Board of Trade. What are you hearing from them? Well, what's necessary to help revitalize our downtown?
Yeah, so we're very much for an approach that kind of incorporates everyone's voices, and that will have a positive impact on the whole city. So our downtown is kind of like the window and the heart of the city. So we can't let it decline any more than it has through the pandemic. So we feel this creates a sense of urgency and that we need to kind of unite behind this revitalization, and we need to light a fire under, this issue so that so we look at it quickly and come up with a strategy, and we start working on that because we know it's going to be a project that takes quite a bit of time.
For sure, and we can't rely on tourism to be the only, the only thing that's keeping businesses alive and thriving, right, in the downtown core. We as citizens, we need to help all businesses. There's no doubt in my mind. But as you said, there's been some really tough times, and the homeless population down there is certainly growing. Businesses have lost so much over the pandemic. So I like the philosophy of bringing all the voices in the city together to try to figure out how to do it. For people that want to be a part of the event, what's the best way to get registered?
Yes, so they can go to our website, www.ottawabot.ca, and go to our events page, and they'll be able to register there.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate
Thank you.
it. We'll be right back.